In some locations, above-ground plastic pools with inflatable sides face opposition from local building inspectors due to compliance concerns with existing building codes. One specific concern revolves around a lack of structural stability, where the inflatable sides might not provide sufficient integrity against external forces like wind or water pressure, potentially leading to collapse or injury. Secondly, potential electrical hazards arise because the electrical pump and filtration system might lack proper protection or grounding, increasing the electrocution risk. Thirdly, there are concerns about unpermitted use of public property where pools have been installed on public property without proper permits, which violates local zoning regulations. While new bonding requirements for swimming pools do not directly apply to above-ground plastic pools with inflatable sides, the absence of a bonding mechanism for these pools may contribute to concerns about their electrical safety. To resolve these concerns, local authorities might require strict adherence to the manufacturer's guidelines, meaning pool owners must follow the installation and maintenance instructions to ensure safety and stability. Authorities might also require inspection by qualified professionals. A licensed electrician or engineer may be needed to inspect the electrical system and certify that it complies with safety codes. Permanent grounding might be required to protect against electrical hazards, even though bonding may not be an option. Furthermore, fence and gate requirements often mandate a fence and self-latching gate to prevent unauthorized access and to protect children. Therefore, before installing an above-ground plastic pool with inflatable sides, it is recommended that homeowners consult with their local building inspector to determine if a permit is required and to ensure compliance with all applicable building codes. Failure to do so could result in fines, penalties, or even the removal of the pool. The lack of structural stability is a key issue because these pools rely on air pressure to maintain their shape. Over time, the inflatable sides can weaken or develop leaks, which compromises the pool's structural integrity. This is a greater concern for larger pools or those located in areas prone to high wind. From an electrical standpoint, the pumps and filters used with these pools often require electrical power, and without proper grounding, there is a risk of electric shock if a fault occurs. Grounding provides a path for stray electrical current to safely return to the source, preventing it from passing through a person in the water. Many municipalities have specific regulations about pool placement, particularly regarding setbacks from property lines and overhead power lines. Installing a pool without the proper permits can lead to legal issues and potential fines. It's crucial to understand that even though these pools are relatively inexpensive and easy to set up, they are still subject to safety regulations. The bonding requirements for permanent pools are designed to create an equipotential plane, which minimizes voltage gradients in and around the pool. This reduces the risk of electric shock if there's a fault in the electrical system. While bonding might not be feasible for inflatable pools, alternative measures such as grounding can help mitigate electrical hazards. When following the manufacturer's guidelines, pool owners should pay close attention to the recommended water level, weight limits, and maintenance procedures. Overfilling the pool or exceeding the weight limit can put undue stress on the inflatable sides, increasing the risk of failure. Regular maintenance, such as cleaning the pool and checking for leaks, is also important. An inspection by a qualified electrician should include a thorough examination of the pool's electrical system, including the pump, filter, and any other electrical components. The electrician will ensure that the system is properly grounded and that all wiring meets the applicable electrical codes, such as those found in the National Electrical Code, also known as NEC. Grounding typically involves driving a grounding rod into the earth near the pool and connecting it to the pool's metal components with a grounding wire. This provides a low-resistance path for electrical current to flow back to the source in the event of a fault. In addition to grounding, a ground fault circuit interrupter, also known as a GFCI, should be installed to protect against electric shock. A GFCI is a device that monitors the flow of electricity and quickly shuts off the power if it detects a ground fault. Most building codes require a GFCI for all electrical outlets located near a pool. A fence and self-latching gate are essential safety features to prevent unsupervised access to the pool, especially by young children. The fence should be at least 4 feet high and have a self-latching gate that opens outward away from the pool. The latch should be located high enough to be out of reach of small children. Consulting with the local building inspector is the best way to ensure that a pool installation complies with all applicable regulations. The inspector can provide guidance on permit requirements, setback distances, electrical codes, and other safety regulations. Ignoring these regulations can have serious consequences, including fines, legal action, and the potential for injury or death. It is important to emphasize that safety should always be the top priority when installing and using a swimming pool, regardless of its size or type. Following the guidelines outlined above can help minimize the risk of accidents and ensure that the pool is enjoyed safely by all. Furthermore, pool owners should consider taking a CPR and first aid course to be prepared in case of an emergency. They should also educate family members about pool safety rules and supervise children closely when they are in or around the pool. Remember that even shallow water can be dangerous for young children, so constant supervision is essential. In addition to the specific concerns related to inflatable pools, there are also general pool safety considerations that apply to all types of pools. These include keeping the pool area free of clutter, storing chemicals safely, and maintaining proper water chemistry. Pool chemicals should be stored in a cool, dry place away from children and pets. They should also be handled with care, following the manufacturer's instructions for use. Proper water chemistry is essential for preventing the growth of bacteria and algae and for maintaining a safe and comfortable swimming environment. Pool owners should regularly test the water and adjust the chemical levels as needed. By addressing the concerns related to structural stability, electrical hazards, permit violations, and general pool safety, homeowners can ensure that their above-ground plastic pool with inflatable sides is a safe and enjoyable addition to their property. Adhering to manufacturers' guidelines, obtaining necessary inspections, implementing grounding measures, installing appropriate fencing, and consulting with local building inspectors are all crucial steps in this process. Local regulations might also cover issues such as water disposal. When draining the pool, you may not be able to simply drain it onto your lawn or into the street. Many municipalities have regulations about how pool water must be disposed of to prevent contamination of the local water supply. You may need to discharge the water into the sanitary sewer system or have it hauled away by a professional service. Be sure to check with your local authorities about the proper procedures for draining your pool. Additionally, consider the impact of the pool on your property's drainage. The pool can create a large, impervious surface that can affect the way water flows across your property. This can lead to drainage problems, such as standing water or erosion. You may need to take steps to improve drainage around the pool, such as installing French drains or grading the area. Remember to always prioritize safety and compliance when installing and maintaining an above-ground pool. Taking the time to address these issues upfront can save you a lot of trouble and expense in the long run. Furthermore, it will help ensure that your pool is a safe and enjoyable place for you and your family to relax and have fun. The next, specifically Article 680, covers the requirements for electrical safety around swimming pools. This article includes detailed information about bonding, grounding, GFCI protection, and other electrical safety measures. It is essential to consult this article when designing and installing the electrical system for a pool. The bonding requirements in Article 680 are designed to create an equipotential plane around the pool. This means that all metal parts of the pool, including the reinforcing steel in the concrete, the metal ladder, and the metal parts of the pump and filter, must be bonded together with a solid copper conductor. This creates a common electrical potential, which reduces the risk of electric shock if there is a fault in the electrical system. The grounding requirements in Article 680 are designed to ensure that the electrical system is properly grounded. This means that the grounding conductor from the electrical panel must be connected to the grounding electrode system, which typically consists of one or more grounding rods driven into the earth. This provides a low resistance path for electrical current to flow back to the source in the event of a fault. GFCI protection is required for all electrical outlets located within a certain distance of the pool. This includes outlets for the pump, filter, and any other electrical equipment used around the pool. A GFCI is a device that monitors the flow of electricity and quickly shuts off the power if it detects a ground fault. In addition to the requirements in Article 680, there may also be local electrical codes that apply to swimming pools. These codes may be more stringent than the NEC requirements, so it is important to check with the local authorities to ensure compliance. It is also important to note that the electrical system for a swimming pool should be installed by a qualified electrician who is familiar with the requirements of Article 680 in local electrical codes. This will help ensure that the system is safe and compliant. When selecting a location for the pool, consider the proximity to overhead power lines. The NEC has specific requirements for the clearance between overhead power lines and swimming pools. These requirements are designed to prevent accidental contact with the power lines, which can be fatal. The NEC also has requirements for the type of wiring that can be used around swimming pools. These requirements are designed to prevent the wiring from being damaged by moisture or chemicals. It is important to use the correct type of wiring to ensure that the electrical system is safe and reliable. In addition to the electrical requirements, there are also plumbing requirements for swimming pools. These requirements are designed to ensure that the pool is properly plumbed and that the water is safe to swim in. The plumbing system should be designed to provide adequate circulation and filtration. This will help to keep the water clean and clear. The plumbing system should also be designed to prevent backflow. Backflow is the flow of water in the opposite direction of the intended flow. Backflow can contaminate the water supply, so it is important to prevent it. The plumbing system should also be designed to prevent cross connections. Cross connections are connections between the potable water supply and a non-potable water source. Cross connections can contaminate the water supply, so it is important to prevent them. The plumbing system should be installed by a qualified plumber who is familiar with the plumbing codes. This will help ensure that the system is safe and compliant. When filling the pool, use a potable water source. Potable water is water that is safe to drink. Non-potable water sources, such as well water or irrigation water, may contain contaminants that can make the water unsafe to swim in. Before filling the pool, test the water for contaminants. This will help to ensure that the water is safe to swim in. After filling the pool, add chemicals to balance the water. This will help to prevent the growth of bacteria and algae. Test the water regularly to ensure that the chemical levels are correct. This will help to keep the water clean and safe. Keep the pool clean. Remove leaves, dirt, and other debris from the pool regularly. This will help to prevent the growth of bacteria and algae. Clean the pool filter regularly. This will help to remove dirt and debris from the water. Vacuum the pool regularly. This will help to remove dirt and debris from the bottom of the pool. Chalk the pool regularly. This will help to kill bacteria and algae. By following these tips, you can keep your swimming pool clean, safe, and enjoyable.